In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. I met a person today. He is a businessman, a very good businessman, but he started from zero, from a scratch. Today, he is one of the best businessmen of his own line in the city. I stood with him in the street for a few minutes. He was saying something very useful, very beneficial. He said, how to create a kind of balance between our income and our expenses so that we do have money for all of our needs. So that we do have the money for all of our needs. First of all, he said, he said that instead of moaning and groaning that I don't have, that the things have become very expensive, it is far better to think and to keep thinking, to keep acting, to keep doing how to raise my income, how to increase my income in a legal and legitimate manner. Number one. Number two, he said that although the things are very expensive, the things are getting dearer with the passage of time, and it happened so rapidly during the past few years. How can we cope with it? How can we cope with it? Raise your income. First of all, try to raise your income. The other thing is that spend sensibly, spend intelligently. Spend your money intelligently. How? People say even the lentils have become the pulses have become very expensive. He said that a quarter kg or one third of a kg of a pulse is sufficient to feed a family for 2 times in a day. But for that purpose, 1 kg of chicken is required. So the pulses are still very cheap indeed. As for the vegetables are concerned, 2 people combined on a motorbike can go to the vegetable market, wholesale vegetable market, buy something from there which is cheaper than other vegetables, and buy in wholesale. Buy in wholesale on the one hand, and buy a vegetable which is which production is very high at that time, so it would be available very cheap, very cheap. So buying in the wholesale rate on the one hand, and buying the vegetable which is cheaper than others. Meal twice or thrice a day is a necessity. We can also eat the fruit. We can also eat the fruit, though not on a daily basis. Even a poor person, even a person with not very high income, can eat the fruit once or twice a week very comfortably, or even once in a week, it's very comfortable. Again, go to the fruit mandi, fruit market, wholesale fruit market, buy something from there on a wholesale rate, and buy something which is very cheap at that time. He said that I bought bananas. I bought a longer of banana. I bought a branch of banana fruit with 250 rupees. We brought it at home and counted, and it was 8 dozens, mean 30 rupees per dozen. 30 rupees per dozen. The bananas which can be bought in 100 rupees per dozen from the vendors, from the retail fruit vendor. So I think that we need to change the way we earn. we need to change the way we spend. So that is how we can manage the inflation. So this is how we can manage the price hike, and this is how we can live sensibly. This is how we need to change the way we earn. We need to change the way we spend. I think taken care of this thing, our life will become easier. And as far the fruit is concerned, it is not the necessity of every day, although uh, although some of the people think that it is, but I disagree. Even if at all a person does visit the fruit market after a fortnight, wholesale fruit market, and buy something from there, but buy in abundance, like you have bought 8 dozen bananas at the same time. In the same manner, you can buy the citrus fruit, the oranges, mean the grapes, whatever is available, whatever is relatively cheaper, because every fruit, like every vegetable, becomes cheaper at least for some of the time. So that is the right time to buy it for for two reasons. One reason is that the rate will be very low on the one hand. On the other hand, once its production is on the peak, it actually means that it is full of nutrition. And as for the off season vegetables and the fruits are concerned, I think it contains relatively lesser nutrition, relatively lesser nutrients, vitamins and minerals. So that is how we need to manage our life, our income and our expenses. Thank you.